Hello, I'd like to introduce Heather Watson, who's going to talk to us about the Occupational Rehabilitation and Return to Work course. So thank you, Heather, for talking to us.
Thank you, Kathy.
What can you tell us about the course? What will physiotherapists gain from attending this course?
Okay, so this is a 2-day course and it's designed to take somebody through the whole process of assessing an individual who may be off work or maybe on phased return to work, but they're not yet back on full duties, to identify obstacles to returning to work full time and to look at rehabilitation approaches that will facilitate that return to work. So there's several aspects to that, including being able to do a biopsychosocial assessment and use the appropriate tools and questions to establish the obstacles to return to work, and then putting that into the context of the tasks that the person needs to be able to do at work. So a delegate on the course will be able to do a basic task analysis during the course, and then applying that information, combining that with the assessment information to start to use goal setting to plan that return to work and the rehabilitation that's going to be required to get that person back into their usual role.
Okay, so what type of roles and areas will physios be working in as a result of attending this? Will it open up new doors for them?
Yes, potentially. I mean, what we try and do is give a broad range of examples. We have 2 case studies that we follow through the whole course. So by the end of the course, the delegates have a really good idea of how to go from assessment through a rehabilitation programme to actually get that person back to work. Those are obviously just 2 examples. Throughout the course, we try and give lots of other examples of other settings. So for instance, this is really applicable to someone working in occupational health in the NHS. It's really applicable to working in the private sector, either with a company that has contracts going into corporates to help manage sickness absence, or providing functional restoration programs. So it's really broadly applicable. And we talk about the different models of rehabilitation programs that you can use these skills within.
So regarding this course and the fitness for work and function course that ACPO has, I presume there's a few overlaps, but what's the differences?
Yeah, well, the 2 courses fit really well together because what we do in our assessment, we will talk about the functional fitness for work testing options, because that needs to be a fundamental part of this plan and that will give a baseline for the rehabilitation programme. But we focus on the psychosocial assessment and then the planning through the task analysis and the goal setting and how you draw all that together into the actual programme that you will do face to face with the client.
Yeah, so this is more about delivering the actual rehabilitation, whereas the other one is more assessment driven, would you say?
Yeah, I'd say that. Yeah, and we also include looking at, how do you take a cognitive behavioural approach to your programme? How do you incorporate current research in exercise progression into your programme? We're also reviewing the current literature around functional restoration programmes around the world and the different ways that can be delivered, and trying to make that practical to a UK market, because some of the ways that other countries do it doesn't necessarily work for our markets right now, but we try and make that accessible to people so they can see how they would apply it in their workplace.
Great, and it's a 2-day course?
It's a 2-day course, yeah.
Lovely, great, lovely. Thank you, Heather, for talking to us about it.
Thank you, Kathy.